Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we are not in Kansas anymore. We're taking a stroll down to Pandora. We are here for a very special Geek First review episode. I am one of your hosts, the drugged up Colonel, Kirklin Patzer.
I'm the local Taylor Field.
Ladies and gentlemen, just the two of us. There's been some deaths along this Avatar review. No, not actually deaths. Travis and Dylan just chose
They
not to
chose
be
the
here.
wrong side.
Yeah, they betrayed their own
betrayed our
race,
race,
as the great Colonel would say. So yeah, just the two of us. We're gonna have a fun, I think, fun review episode. Just got out of the theater, and we're just gonna get right into it because it's late and. Yeah, so yeah, no plugs at all. We're just jumping right into the Avatar Fire and Ash spoilers review. Of course, we'll start with spoiler free at first, and then we'll take a little ad break, and then go full deep dive into spoilers and unravel this James Cameron possible masterpiece. We don't know. We'll get going with that, but I guess I'll start with you, Taylor Field, because I have no one else to really throw it to here. First off, I gotta ask you: did you rewatch the other movies in anticipation for this? Like how
I don't
recent?
have to.
You didn't have to. Okay,
No,
you've probably seen them many times.
That first one is like ingrained in my mind.
Yeah.
I know it quite well. The second one, I've rewatched it a few times.
Okay.
But it's the second one is. It's not like it's memorable like the first one is. I think it's just very simple that it's memorable in a simple way, where that first one is memorable and just like a wow and a ooh factor for different reasons.
Probably seen it a lot more, right? Also,
Yeah.
because it's older.
Yeah. So, yeah. That being said, have not seen the other two. Not like you, but I'm nonetheless. I was excited getting into this one because it's Avatar, and yes, it's definitely a sooner than average release for this movie because hey, they filmed them back to back, so we don't have to wait another 10, 15 years or whatever for the sequel. Um, this one had a would be a good way to pitch it. Now, Travis, if you're listening, you're not gonna like this, so just channel it out. Just block it out. But the comparison here, I'm gonna say like you have your part one, which is Avatar one, and then you have your part one, which is Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of Black Pearl. Then you have uh, Dead Man's Chest, which is part two. You have Avatar: Way of the Water. That's part two. But then, even though it's the sequel, it starts off on like this is a brand new story, and it feels like a part one. And then you get the third one, which is at World's End, and this one, Fire and Ash, which feels like the part that it's that part two to the part one. Does that make sense? Where you have the first one, which is its own story, and then you have
You
part
lost me
two and
halfway. I'm sorry.
all right. So here you have the first movie, and then here
Okay.
you have movie two and three. Two and three are both like
Yeah.
a back to back, like part one and two, kind of.
I
like,
see what you're saying. Yes.
and then
okay.
part one is just on its own story, its own
Right.
thing,
Yes.
right?
Of course.
And I don't know what it is, but I find myself not always liking that kind of factor. I like when
okay.
the movies are more. And I'm trying to think of another way to compare it. Maybe again, Lord of the Rings here. Each movie feels very much like it's obviously a continuation, but it stands up on its own. And I feel like if Avatar 1 maybe planted the seeds a little bit more for where the story is now, then I'd and I'm probably just really nitpicking it. So
I
I
think I see what
apologize.
you're coming from, though.
Yeah, that's it. Because when we get into this story, I don't know if I'm still really feeling this story because I think that this took a lot of things from the first movie and a lot of things from the second movie and just mushed it all together. I think, well, we've seen all this before. We've seen them do this. We know what their plan is. We know what's going to go down here. And I mean, that's just what happens. We get a few new revelations, a few new things that they feature, which is kind of cool. But as much as I liked it, I feel like there's maybe a little bit more that they could have done just to kind of make it stand up on its own. Because even I can't say that because that's a spoiler, but I feel like the way the movie kind of concludes and when we get into that third act, I feel like we've been here already in The Way of the Water. I feel like this is the exact same sequence, right? So
Taylor, I feel like that's just going to be the pattern of these Avatar movies. I feel like, maybe I'll say that for spoilers, but I think it's just. I'm not even gonna say it. I'll hold my tongue.
yeah. Well, that aside though, getting to the theater, there was a lot of movie magic because like we're pulling the parking lot. I'm seeing tons of people walking in, and then we get into the theater, and it's like they got like I couldn't believe it. They had Wicked popcorn buckets, the Emerald City Castle popcorn buckets. They had Zootopia popcorn buckets, and then they had
Oh,
the
shit.
Pandora ones where they had like I can't remember,
Pandora.
the winged creature thing. They had him, and that was a bucket for popcorn.
Like
And then they had
Turuk
like
Maktao. You had that
no,
one?
this is the lesser ones, the blue ones.
Oh, okay. Yes, the
But he
lessers.
was huge. He was bigger than my kid. Like he was fucking huge. And so then I was like, okay, Madison, look what the got for bottles. They had two types of bottles. They had this one with the blue dragon,
Yeah.
and the other one with the white dragons on there from the Ash people.
Oh,
And
okay.
so Madison picked this one. So I was like, okay, let's get it. It's $25 Canadian. Fuck me. But we get into the theater. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. And Madison's like playing around with it. And she's like, oh, Taylor, there's a thing on the bottom here for battery. Cool, maybe we can turn it on. So I pull the tab and it's like
Blows
pitch
up.
black. Yeah. It like clicks on. We're like, holy shit! Like
That's
this
so cool.
is like primo.
So was your theater just really bright? Everybody had their cups lit up?
I think I was the only one who had a cup. To be honest, I didn't see
Oh,
any
okay.
other
There you
people.
go.
But it was funny because we did get an applause when the movie concluded. People were round of applause. Oh yeah!
Okay.
And then as we were walking out, I saw a bottle of vodka emptied just on the seat.
Oh, yeah.
Someone just
3-hour
got,
flick,
got
man.
into it.
People are
Oh, yeah.
getting sauced.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure.
funny.
But
I went and saw this with Hidalgo, and he just came right from his Christmas party. So he had a few. He definitely had a few IPAs in him, but
and
yeah.
it was 3D, right? For you?
Yes, it was 3D. Did you not see it in 3D?
No, we saw it in 3D.
Yeah,
I
okay.
don't think there's any 2D showings like for
There
this
actually
movie
is.
right now.
There was a
is?
couple in the small theater on the west side. I think there were 7. I think those ones started at 7 in the smaller theater, and yeah, I normally would have wanted to do that, and I can't believe I'm saying this, Taylor, but if you are listening to this and you have not seen this movie yet, go see it in 3D. It is actually so fucking amazing. I and like, you know, that just visuals right now I'm speaking for specifically the 3D. We've come a long way, Taylor, from the red and blue lens Spy Kids 3D type movies where they're super gimmicky. You know, there's always people reaching through the screen and it's like, oh, look at that. It's 3D. Like, we've come a long way from this where I don't think this movie really had any of those moments in it of like over the top, like trying to make it seem like it's protruding out. But with the 3D lens, this was just such a fucking good looking movie. And while I was watching it, I couldn't remember if the second one looked like this, if Way of the Water looked like this, but just like the actual like FPS and the refresh rate of everything that was going on, it looked like I was playing a brand new game on my brand new monitor on like a really nice graphics card. Like, it just looks so smooth and so clear. And I was just blown away. So I can't believe I'm saying this. I am a big hater of 3D, but not when it comes to James Cameron Avatar 3D. This movie was made for 3D, and I definitely think you should see it. And like just the depth of field and everything, like everything that was going on, like it just looked so amazing visually. I kind of interjected your overall thoughts there, but
No.
I had to get that out there because yeah, speaking about 3D, if you have not seen this movie and you're thinking about going 3D or 2D, or if you're a big hater of 3D, I was like that for sure, but specifically for this movie, I definitely think you should be seeing it in 3D.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think all of them have really, really done a good job being 3D oriented. And I think, James Cameron is just personally limping the 3D market along. You know, like I don't think any other films are really doing 3D much anymore. I think Wicked maybe had a few showings, but
What did we just see? I think Tron had a 3D
oh, it
showing,
did.
Tron
Yeah,
Ares.
that's right. Which is it's fitting. I think when you're dealing with movies like this, the 3D makes sense. And I guess that new Chris Pratt one where he's being interrogated and has to prove his innocence in the chair.
God. It's like the
that's
World
being
at
made for
War
3D.
equivalent, right?
Something like that, yeah. So that's a big 3D push. $25 Canadian there,
There you
George. I
go.
need one cup, which is an equivalent to $18 American. So
Oh man,
there
that's
you go.
nothing. That's chump change
That's chump change.
for that thing. You turned it off actually, or did you just?
I
spin it
did. I
around?
turned it off and I spun it
Okay.
around. I don't want to kill the
Okay.
battery. I'm gonna be
That's fair.
savoring that.
This economy, come on! You spend $25 on that. You can't afford batteries.
I
dude.
know, having a kid here, buying a fucking $25 Navi bottled cups. Yeah, I try to think anything else really. I don't
So
think
you
I
did
got
like this movie
much.
though, overall.
I liked it more than the second one, but I don't
Okay.
think anything comes to that first one for me. I really don't. But
That's fair.
yeah, I think I'm just a sucker for Truk MacDowell and all that shit. That's some good shit. And
Good shit.
I really like the Quaritch character. Although I just think at the end of the day, we got two movies of him in Navi form. His human form is the best version of him. Although I will say, like, you get some of the Navi jarheads in here that are just it's so good, like smile
Hoorah.
bitches and just all that shit. That's just it's really just cracks me up. But there's a few things in this movie that I can see where if we get that fourth one, that these characters will come back. But there's other things that happen in this movie where these characters just they have major implications on the story, but then they're just kind of gone and they're not picked up. It'll be like halfway through the movie and they're gone, they're out of there, and they played a pivotal role in the film with their narrative and with the narrative of the other characters, the main characters. So that's also kind of a shame. And while you have a 3.5 hour period to work with, I do feel like some moments were rushed. And again, I know I'm sounding very negative, but it's not all negative because again, the movie was very beautiful and you got some fake outs too. There were some scenes which were emotional. I thought, holy fuck. I twice they got me twice where I thought they're fucking doing this shit. Holy shit! It went to a dark place and it really caught me off guard, and that was not something I expected in Avatar. So we'll bring up those in the spoiler
Mm.
portion, but yeah, I think they took some bold swings, and I think some stuff worked for me, and other things, like I can pass, I can get by because at the end of the day, I still had a good time in this, and I will say, as far as Spider goes for a character, I liked him a lot more in this movie than the previous one.
I agree. I agree. I was a big spider hater of Way of Water, and um, is that it? I'll
That's it. Take
transition
it.
to my overall thoughts. Yeah, I where should I start? I guess I'll start with Spider because we were kind of talking about that. Yeah, well, actually, no, I'll start at the very beginning because today was the start of my Christmas vacation. I wrote a quiz this morning at school, and then I left. I was home by like 9 o'clock in the morning, so it was a nice little start to my vacation. And I knew we were seeing this today, and I'm like, well, fuck it, I got time. Let's go to Pandora. Let's leave Kansas. Let's go to Pandora. And I did the double back to well triple actually. I started with Avatar and then The Way of Water, and then going into this and man, after I finished Way of Water, I was like, I shouldn't have done that. I had like a headache. I like felt awful. Like I don't know. I think it was just too much Navi maybe back to back. Like you said though, I stand by that first movie. I still really really love it. I think just also that being like the jumping into this world and there's just so much like world building setup. Like every movie has world building because we kind of go to different areas, but specifically that first one, it's just introducing you to every concept. I just think it does everything better than every other iteration. So I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler for my thoughts here on this third movie. Does not top that first one. It's just yeah, I defend that movie. I think it is really really great, especially in comparison to these other ones. Way of Water, I was really hot on it initially. I hadn't rewatched it though since that first theater viewing, and man, did that go down in in rating overall. Just on the rewatch, I think it was just like because I just watched the first one and then watched the second one. There's just like, oh, let's do this again, but in my opinion, just lesser. And I just didn't really love the characters. Jake Sully and Neytiri take like a really big back seat in that second movie, and I just yeah, just on a rewatch. I don't think I'm really gonna rewatch that movie unless maybe I do the same thing again, like when the next one comes out. If this doesn't bomb, which I don't think it will, and we do get another Avatar movie. I think that's when I would probably rewatch them again. But like if I want to watch Avatar, I think I'll just throw on that first movie again. That's just kind of my thoughts there on Way of the Water. But yeah, doing that back to back and then going to this one, I was kind of like not in the best headspace because I think I was just too much Pandora all at once. But honestly, I had a good time with this movie. I think it's very messy at times. I think the dialogue is god awful atrocious many times. I was laughing out loud at scenes I shouldn't have been because it was just like, what the fuck are we doing here? But I mean, I'm such a sucker for like a good looking theater going experience, and this is the best looking movie I've ever seen. Like it just looked so spectacular. Um, Austin in the chat's asking, who is this for? The there you go, it's for you. I mean, this is for Avatar fans, or if you just want like a big blockbuster eye candy type movie. I think it's definitely for those types of individuals. I did have a lot of fun with it. I think there is a lot of like the repetition of like, okay, I feel like we've been here before, and let's just try it again because this is like the Avatar way now. Like this is the third movie, and it just seems like we're kind of doing the same shit over and over and over again. And for that reason, I think that's kind of what makes me not want to rewatch these specific ones. Whereas the first one is just, it just does that concept the best out of all of them. So that's kind of why I would lean just rewatching that first one. But but yeah, visually it was fucking amazing. I really liked the setup of a lot of things. Our new antagonist is kind of introduced. Like I was really interested in this character. I feel like major missed potential though with it. Like I think what else what do I want to say that kind of scurry around some spoilers here. I feel like we're maybe picking up like a certain plot point from the second movie, and we just stretched it in this movie, and I really didn't think that was needed at all. Like I think if we just axed that completely out and we spent a little bit more time maybe with the Ash people, or like just other threats that I feel like are a lot more important to the overall story of like Avatar, the Sky People versus the Na'vi. Like I just feel like we like threw in these side quests and it just chewed up like an hour of runtime where I think we could have really spent that in better strategic areas that would have just improved the movie overall. And even if we did that, like I still think the dialogue is so bad. There's many like extended dialogue sequences. It's supposed to be like rallying the troops, and I'm just like, God, like what are we doing here? This is so ridiculous. I think Jake Sully peaked in the first movie. Like I just think he's a fucking idiot in the second movie and the third movie, and I can say that with confidence because I just watched all of them today, so it's fresh in my mind. But I just feel like he learns some major lessons in that first movie, and then he just kind of like drops them off, and it like in that first movie, and he's just like a dumb jarhead in the second movie, and then that happens, you're like, okay, like some big moments have happened, maybe he's gone through some growth and learned, and just changed his ways from the second movie, even though I feel like he should have done it in the first movie. Same shit again in this movie, and like by the end of it I'm like, oh okay, like I don't know, I just think that character's, for me at least, peaked in the first movie, just for like an overall like clean growth of the character. Like it just seems like, yeah, let's just forget all that just to tell this specific story. Neytiri is way better in this movie though versus A Way of
Mm-hmm.
Water. I think there's just so much more for her to do, which is great. I was really interested in the new I'll have to pull up her name. I can't remember what it is. Varong, I think is her name. The Ash lady, the big antagonist on the cover. Really cool character that I was really interested in. But I feel like there's a lot of juice there that we just didn't really squeeze out of the orange. Quaritch, man, I love Quaritch. I agree with you. I think the human version of him is peak. It helps that that is the first from the first movie, which is like I just think that movie is so much better than these other ones. But like he's just like a meme for me at this point. Like I just love him. Really good stuff there. And for the other characters, I don't really love. I don't want to say too much about them because that's when we kind of get into like the main plot and just yeah, like that juice there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to say anything else beyond that. But I had a really fun time with this movie, even though it is like very dumb at times. I'm gonna be there absolutely day one for the next Avatar and the one after that. Like I like, especially if they keep looking this good. Like, fuck yeah, I'm down. I'm eating my popcorn. I'm drinking my large drink. Like I'm having a good time. My theater overall was, I feel like, kind of all the same. Like I don't know, at least the people that I was sitting around. Like it was a pretty bumping theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, I pulled up parking lot's absolutely packed. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like this is the turnout for Avatar movies, which is kind of fun. And like people were kind of giggling at the same stupid shit that I was giggling at. So like overall, I feel like everybody was kind of having a good time with it. What else can I say? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of it. So if you are a fan of these, like definitely I would recommend it to them. If you're really like, there's a reason Travis and Dylan are not here for this review. They absolutely hated. Well, I don't know if I can speak fully for Travis. I feel like I can, but for Dylan specifically, he absolutely hates these movies. The dialogue, the script is just so awful for him. Fair enough. I can totally understand that. But I am a sucker for some good visuals and just some stupid eye candy, and action sequences were really really good. Yeah, I don't know. I think the movie starts like pretty damn good with like an awesome action sequence, and even in like the third act, like the final like it looks fucking amazing. There's so many moving parts going on, and it just looks phenomenal. So yeah, no, I'm definitely yeah, definitely positive overall on it. And but I think the more I kind of think about what the potential could have been for this, it's a little bit upsetting, just because yeah, just missed potential there. But that's all I'll say.
Well
We can
said.
just head right into the spoiler section. Are you okay with that?
I'm good with it.
All right, we're gonna take our first ad break here, and then we'll be right back to unpack some spoilers. All right, we are back, and before we jump into it, I'm just gonna do a very very quick shout out to our Patreon producers: Aaron Braden, April of Darkness, Jack Grant, Sam, Superbad Mike, Good Guy Loves Me 69, Charlie Randall, Cocktail Clay, John with No Age, Sam Green. They're at the very highest tier of our Patreon. They're the ones keeping the lights on and yeah, allowing us to do these shows. And yeah, big shouts out to them. Get everything early, ad-free, exclusive on the Patreon. To the field. Where do you want to start? I feel like I had something, but then once I got railing on those Patreon shout outs, I kind of lost my train of thought. So take us somewhere.
I want to start with the Ash clan, the Sahik. So
yes.
talk about
that was her
the
title, right?
most-
Saik?
Sahik, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Talk about a toxic woman. Not to pull that card, but this just Quaritch. He's getting in there. He's interested. It's like this is just all the signs. Like, hey, this is good at the start, but man, it's gonna get fucking crazy. But hey, Quaritch really liked her, and he was getting that.
He was
that
busting
local
those blue
tail.
balls of his, man.
Oh,
Come on.
he was.
That was not on my bingo card. I didn't think he was gonna be smashing some local tail like
Nope.
like he was giving Jake Sully shit for doing
No.
back in that first movie.
And it just kept getting better because all of a sudden he walks into this private meeting. He's like, I wasn't summoned. And he's all fucking painted up as them too. It's like, what an entrance.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe I'll save the core stuff for afterwards. But yeah, the Ash people, that was something like, I will admit, I feel like I did see like a teaser trailer for this, but I kind of went into it pretty blind. Like I didn't watch a trailer right before I went and saw it. Obviously I'd seen like the poster and like from the teaser, just like the psych lady, like just cool looking visual. It's like, okay, we're gonna have some antagonist Na'vi now, so that's kind of cool. And like introduction wise, like when they ambush like our wind convoy, like that kind of opening main action sequence, that was fucking awesome, man. And like I just like their design. I like this main character. I thought she was really cool. And like right off the hop, I was like, holy fuck, like this is gonna be way more of a step up from that second movie, just because like we're actually diving into some really fun new antagonists as opposed to just Quaritch and the Sky people just being our main villains, which they still are, of course. And as the movie went on, that was the focus, was the Sky people, and like the Ash people took a major step to the side, like backseat of that, which that's my biggest disappointment. Biggest disappointment overall with like those characters and the villains. Now we're in the spoiler section now, so I can safely say this: she didn't die, so they're still out there, and still, they can come back. Which I'm gonna hold out hope that we do some good stuff with them there. But I don't know. I kind of don't. I don't have a lot of faith that they'll do like the next movie is gonna be where we really do the Ash people better. Because like this one was called Fire and Ash, and if they're not the super main focus like they weren't in this, I doubt it would be the same for the next movie. Maybe I'm
You
wrong,
know
but
what's gonna happen? She's gonna be pregnant. You have Spider versus
oh man, you're so right.
Gorgeous Fire.
That's
Son.
100% gonna be the fuck. I'd pizza bet anyone on that. I feel like that's guaranteed gonna happen. A new Corage little seedling is brewing in her belly, but because yeah, they were smashing. I doubt they got Navi size condoms in those realms, and even if they did, I doubt they would have been.
Everyone
doing
on
that,
base
but...
just heard them out in their little tent. All got their cameras out streaming it. You know.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. One thing at a time. But yeah, no, I really love the design. I liked her chutzpah. I liked her gravitas that she had in these scenes, like just commanding respect amongst her people, and just like really interesting skill set of like using her tail to just like paralyze people. Like it's just really cool setup. But unfortunately, like once Chorus just kind of took over, and like they just really like there was a big chunk she wasn't even in the movie, and the next time you see her, she's just like on Chorus's side and just like a new henchman, it seems. So really disappointed by that. I really wish we had the version of the movie where like she actually was the main villain, and then the humans were more like the people on the side. So a little bit disappointed with, well, not a little bit, majorly disappointed by that. I think that is one of my bigger complaints overall with the movie, because yeah, the dialogue is bad, but like I kind of know what I'm getting into with these Avatar movies by now. With that, like even the first movie doesn't have stellar dialogue in it. Second one, I think it's a step down, and this one's just kind of more of the same. So like I wasn't really shocked by that, but like to have a really cool introduction to this villain, and then for her to just like take a back seat, it's like, what are we doing here, man? Like, why do we have to just be sky people focused the entire fucking series?
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, especially if we go 7 movies of Avatar. I don't want to see fucking Phoebe's drugged up brother, who I don't know who that actor's name is, like the CEO guy. Like, I don't want to see him being like the main guy every single fucking movie, or a new general type character coming in. Oh no, I'm running the show. That's what kind of frustrates me, because they show us some cool stuff and then they just take it away after the first act. And yeah, I disappointed by that overall, because I was really interested with this villain, and yeah, just backseated her, which was unfortunate. Now she is still alive, so potential, but I kind of not gonna hold my breath for that.
I think that they alluded slightly to Quaritch just kind of taking over her troops. It felt like, because when he's out there and he started drinking and partying with the grunts and whatnot.
Courage,
Yeah.
yes. He's
So
got the super dick. He smashes our
that's
leader.
right. Yeah, you hear that in the tent? Yeah. So I think that they needed to maybe flush that out a little bit more, showing that he's kind of taking over. And but that being said, you don't ever feel like she becomes less of a leader. It just kind of feels like they become one and the same. But they really usher him in quick to just reaffirm, like, hey, he's the main antagonist in this. And
I was really hoping that she was gonna be like having like a, I don't know, one up on him, like actually have like her own motives, and then like she uses them for the guns and everything, and then like when they're supposed to be loyal, like that's when she just betrays them all. Like I was really hoping for that to happen, but it didn't. They were just fully loyal. You know, they like when they go to the city and she's like telling her people, oh, you know, like act tough, like don't be scared, and like no like conniving, you know, like okay, we're gonna take over the city now and we're gonna use their facilities to like make our own fire. Like I was kind of expecting something like that to happen, but like it didn't at all. It was just, oh, we have flamethrowers now that we use like literally once at the last sequence. So
yeah, it would have made more
disappointed.
sense, to be honest. And I really thought when they made a whole stink about it, like, oh, we've got a whole bunch of like bogeys flying in, but they all have like ID tags. We can't like attack them, and it's like,
Yeah.
that's a big fucking red flag. Like Courage is just handing out fucking hall passes to everyone out here. So yeah, that would have been a really good setup for them to turn it around and actually attack, but instead they use that for the setup for Natiri to go in there and go rogue undercover. So yeah, I would have preferred them to take over everything, because yeah, they got the flamethrowers and stuff. Like that was their goal, that was their whole MO, just to put the whole planet into fire. And so they were kind of stripped of that, because then Courage was like, okay, we're not going to destroy this base, we're not going to like do this and whatnot. So they were grounded for quite some time, right?
Yeah. it's also disappointing that we like even went through the effort of kind of explaining her backstory and how like these people like totally are against Iowa
Awa.
I
Awa.
yeah Awa, and like that's kind of badass. Like these people are so attached to the nature of this world and Awa, and like she was just completely like her people were starving. They were begging for Awa to help them. She didn't. So then they just completely are against her. Like that's such a cool setup, especially for like this world. And that's not even our main villain. Like it's literally just these people that want fucking unobtainium. They don't even want that anymore. Now they want the fucking whale juice. God, man. Oh, don't even get me started on the whales. I'm so fucking pissed off about that again. But anyways, back to the Ash people. I think the last thing I kind of want to say on that is when Quaritch. Oh, actually no. The other badass thing that they do is like sever their braids. I can't remember what the actual term is for them, but
They
it's
scalp
and
them.
then yeah, essentially, and they say it's like a fate worse than death because when they die, they go back to nature. But if they lose that, like they're just in limbo. Essentially, it's like you die without a soul.
And I
Like you
thought
get a
that was
soul
having
harvest.
I thought that was having sex so you can connect the hair together. So I when I saw that, like I thought like is she just like making him climax and then just cutting it off like mid
What a way to
session?
go.
Like
Death by
yeah,
snoo
god
snoo, if you
damn.
know that reference. But yeah, so pretty fucked up way to kill people. Cool setup. Pretty obsessed with like the thunder guns, like make thunder out, so like some cool stuff there. But then I'll fast forward to when Quaritch goes to their camp here. Again, really cool looking camp. I like the vibe of this. It was kind of giving me some like Kong Skull Island vibes, or just King Kong in general. Just like their little bone effigies that they have set up. But goes there. He's got his sniper doing lookouts and
Well,
goes
that
to the
got
tent.
me. I started laughing when the sniper started popping shots. I was like, man, I started thinking of you. I started thinking of Warzone. I don't know. It was just, it made me laugh.
Absolutely. There's a lot of scenes in here that I'm like, I'm getting Arc Raiders vibes, like the
Ooh.
big mech things that they're taking out, just from the gameplay I've seen. But he goes into the tent, goes into the fucking peyote tent. She gives him like the snort pipe thing. Oh, that's some strong shit, as my name suggests. The drugged up colonel. He's just doing some wild lines and just the crazy psychedelic effects that are going on. I did like kind of like their back and forth there, but it was also just kind of goofy to me. Like
I'm gonna keep you as my slave, and you'll pleasure me.
yeah, that's where I was like, oh, okay, we're going right there. We're not even beating around the bush. And then he brings in his people with the flamethrowers, the guns. They're popping off. They're having a good time. And as that's all going on, that's when she like brings them into the tent. And I'm like, oh my
Oh
god, they're
yeah.
literally just going to smash right now. Like this is so fucking ridiculous. I was laughing. I was laughing at that sequence. I enjoyed that it was in there for entertainment purposes. And yeah, I wouldn't have even taken it out because it's like whatever. Let's just fucking get crazy. I do kind of like this underlining storyline with Quaritch of like, is he Jarhead or is he still, or like he like that Miles Quaritch did die, so this is a type. He's showing little cracks of like being a local, right? Like even his attachment with Spider, the moments between him and Jake Sully when they're like kind of neutral at times, and Jake keeps trying to like emphasize of like seeing the world. I thought that's where we were going like early on in the movie, but then he goes back to the base and he's just completely back to his mission. But then when he gets like his mission on why he's there is to take out Jake Sully, and he has so many opportunities to do that, and then he just doesn't. And it's pretty much just to stretch out the story because Jake Sully has plot armor at this point, and it seems like Miles Quaritch has plot armor now. I was mentioning to Hidalgo when we were leaving, I'm like, man, there's two guarantees in these Avatar movies: Jake Sully's not gonna die, and fucking Miles Quaritch isn't gonna die. Like these two are just gonna live on till movie 9. I swear to God. But yeah, that whole sequence between him just smashing the Ash lady, and from that point on, like that's really when she takes a back seat. Like she's not really like she's just kind of like a henchman after that, which is unfortunate. Very like a domesticated version of herself, which is super super unfortunate because I just feel like it was a really cool setup of a cool looking character, cool looking people that have their own kind of different take on. Like it's just it's the Navi that we know, but like spun 180 because in Way of the Water we get introduced to the Water Navi, but they're pretty similar to the Forest people. Like okay, yeah, like they're just in the water now, and but they still have like major attachments to Awa, and I guess we kind of have like the flyer people too, very very briefly, with Professor Remus. I swear to God that must be him. I didn't check the casting, but that guy on the ship looked exactly like Remus from Harry Potter.
I think it's the same actor, to be honest.
Yeah, sounded like
Yeah.
him, looked like him. I haven't double checked that, but I'm pretty confident. But yeah, so just to have like a completely different type of Navi, and then just show us some cool sauce, and then course smashes the main lady, and then they're just like domesticated from that point. Very disappointed. So yeah, that's my big grievance with the Ash people.
Yeah, I think you hit so many right on the noggin with your points. I think it would have been nice to just get a little bit more fleshed out with them, because I think at the end of the day, them just kind of coming in at the end is just this massive fleet with RPGs and whatnot. They just come in and save the day, so to speak, for the Jarheads and the Sky People, but it doesn't really do anything because they get squashed by Awa and all Awa's folks. And I mean, it's just weird how Awa works, because now you just have these people prayed to Awa. Awa didn't come, and now Awa's just fucking murdering them. Just there's a weird imbalance to that.
Oh yeah,
So I don't
that's
fully
their god
get
mode
it.
power. And like,
Yeah.
why doesn't this happen in every other next movie? You know, Awa just sends all of the creatures to just go pop off whatever villain. Um, and maybe I'll say it now. I was kind of disappointed by the Awa pop off, especially when we like actually see
Didn't like
the
that.
All Mother or whatever,
Mm.
like the giant face. You didn't like it?
No, I was thinking, is that Sigourney Weaver's face? Who is that? Who's that in there?
At first, I was like, "Why is it a human? Like it looks so
Yeah.
weird." But then I'm like, "Okay, no, it is a Navi looking individual." I was honestly hoping for like 100-foot avatar to just like start like just coming out through the water and just smashing people up, kind of like if you've actually
Jesus
seen Avatar: The
Christ.
Last Airbender in book one, the water, like the giant water avatar that comes out and just pops off against the Fire Nation. I wanted something like that, but then it's just like, okay, we're just getting the cephalopods, we're just getting the fucking squid things to come out and pop off. Whatever. Could have been way cooler if it was a giant entity, but maybe we're saving that for Avatar 9. Maybe that's when we'll actually see the full fucking mech type type Awa popping off. I deviated there for some reason. I can't remember now. Oh, just the like the super god power that comes in and pops off at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think the god power, we saw it in the first movie, so getting it again here, like, it was familiar, but I don't know if I necessarily needed it, because it's just, hey, it's a cop out. When they can't do it themselves, well, we'll just get all the animals to come to our assistance here. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's that. I feel like that's just, you can never lose with that, because the animals just totally beat all of the Sky People's tech and everything every single step of the way. But
Yeah.
yeah, back to the Ash people. It would have been so much cooler to get a little bit more backstory and context on where things kind of went wrong for them and why they really chose this path after Awa kind of abandoned them and whatnot. Because you have in that first movie where the Sky People destroy their home tree, and they're praying to Awa. Awa didn't come, and they still prayed to Awa, and I guess Awa's response to them was Turuk Maktau shows up, Jake Sully. So that was their
Mhm.
hope, and so the Ash people didn't have that.
It was
Yeah.
just what's her face, Varong.
The Saik.
The Saik, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and like you said, she took a back seat near the second bit of this movie. That was a shame, because she was terrifying. She was really really freaky, and she was just like mesmerizing the way she was moving and she was talking, and she was just so fascinated with the metal and the guns and stuff like that. And again, speaking of rush scenes, which this movie did have quite a few rush sequences, when the kids were all held hostage and we were in the woods, and Jake Sully and Quaritch, they get detained, and then she syncs up with him, hair braid to hair braid, and then immediately, like the next scene, he's like, all right, you put the magazine in here, and then you fire there,
Oh
and
yeah,
he's
that was
laughing
a
with
weird
her
jump.
and all
Yeah.
that. It's like, this is a little preemptive, I feel like.
Especially like, I'm glad you brought that up, because in that moment, in my mind, I'm like, Quaritch is like so against the Navi, and like, okay, he's here to take out Jake Sully, Why is he here to take out Jake Sully? Because he's like organizing all these clans to just pop off against the humans. And well, if you just fucking load up another clan of Na'vi with guns, like, is that not worse? Because they're also just gonna pop off on the humans when they try and domesticate or colonize this planet. Sorry. So it just seems so backwards with his motivation. But I guess they were literally just sticking to the script of, well, by act 3 he's going to be boning this lady, so maybe this is just setting up that they have some chemistry here. I don't know, it was just really bizarre because it seems so backwards to what his motivation should have been for what
Mm-hmm.
was set up. Because you take Korich from the first movie, he's like, they're fucking savages, they're natives, like we need to take them out. And although he's like kind of working with Jake Sully in that first movie to have a peaceful option, air quote, he never really wanted to do that. He wanted to just take out the home tree and just pop off on these what he would call savages. So it just seems so backwards. And I think you could still maybe have that moment after he's had more time, kind of becoming more one with Awa and just like the world, because some of those little breadcrumbs were sprinkled in here, but like they were breadcrumbs that were just blown away with the wind, because we like
Mm-hmm.
really didn't do any of that at all. It's just like Jake Sully, like, oh yeah, do you see? It's like, no, I don't see. And like that's all that happens, because after that he just fucks off because Jake Sully's allies come. So very, very not even half baked. It's like you take out your cupcakes and they're literally just just wet. They're you forgot to turn the oven on. That's what happened. You took your cupcakes out after an hour and your oven's not even on. That's how not even baked that storyline was, for me at least. And yeah, it just, like, why even go through the effort? I probably just stretch this out over even more movies for when you actually get that Quaritch turn. I thought it was going to happen in this movie because of what was set up, but we're playing the long game here, James Cameron. You want us to get that payoff in Avatar 6 or 7, and I guarantee you, fucking Miles Quaritch isn't gonna die in the next movie. He's gonna live on. So
Yeah. No, I mean that fall. I mean, he just yelled. I mean, he could still be alive in there for all we know. Uh,
oh, he's
but that,
definitely alive.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd make that bet.
uh, yeah. I liked him more in the first movie. I really, really did. His human form in here, like, I feel like they gave him a little bit more to work with because you really get to see his Achilles heel of his son, but you don't get enough of him with his son either. You get one scene that's very brief of him
Brought you a
trying to
burger.
rescue him. Yeah, and then that brought you a burger, and then another one where he's holding on to him. He's like, you know, stabbed me and shot me in the arm, and then they're up on the rock, and then he just fucking, you know,
It's
what's
like that GIF, the GIF from the first movie when he falls off the plane.
Oh,
I sent you that photo earlier.
he's just
Look
like,
at me! Oh no! Jesus Christ!
except no
Yeah.
one's crying over him.
Except for no one's crying him. Yeah. Um, okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything more? I have nothing else on the Ash people because that's as much as we got. Yeah.
No,
Unfortunately.
I don't have much. It's just they came and then they were dissipated all too quickly. I just wish that they did a little bit more with them because they really, really promoted them.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's called Fire and Ash. It should have been called fucking Quaritch Smashes Ash Lady. 'Cause
There you
was,
go.
That was the bigger emphasis of the movie. Maybe I understand why they didn't have that as the subtitle. Okay. Where to next? You brought up Spider, actually, and I agreed with your point. Really did not like Spider in that second movie. It's actually funny, but like the very last scene of this movie makes it feel like Spider is the new protagonist, and Jake Sully's literally not even in that scene. Like you have everyone in like the world tree all connecting, they're all touching arms, zooms out, and it's all around Spider, and like it just seems like this is such a emphasis on this character. Major like plot, what's the word I'm looking for? Just plot piece, I guess, with Spider, and just now the humans want to basically reverse engineer his body, because if we do that, we'll be able to just breathe this world, the air on this world. Um, Man, one of my fucking absolute favorite scenes in this movie, for all the wrong reasons, is when Neytiri, they want him. If they get him, reverse engineer it. We gotta just take this fucker out. And then Jake Sully, after they rescue him, after Spider literally rescues him, they get him out. He's like, hey, hey, Natiri, I think you're right. I think we gotta fucking murder this boy right now. He's like, no, I don't think we should do that. Like, oh no, that's the only way. He grabs her knife. Hey, Spider, come with me. It's like the most fucking sus thing in the world. Like, okay, what's going on? Don't talk to me. Just come with me. It's like, oh my god, this guy's gonna fucking murder you, Spider. Kick him in the nuts and run for the win right now. All of these red flags are going off. He's obedient. He's going with Jake Sully. Jake Sully leads him. Get on the fucking ground right now. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like just getting super aggressive. And Spider's just like, you don't have to do this. Please don't kill me. And like the back and forth is just so ridiculous. The scene is just so ridiculous in my mind. Like why are we even doing this? This is so unneeded in my opinion. Because at the end we don't fucking kill him, and we never even talk about this again. Like, does Spider ever at any moment say, like, when he's with Loak or Kiri, like, hey, your dad tried to fucking murder me in the
No.
woods and
It's gone in
actually
the
came
wind.
so close to doing it? Nope, not at all. And
He wasn't even scared in that scene. Like he's like, I'm ready to
oh,
go.
he was at
meet
first,
Awa.
and
I'm
then
gone.
yeah, he's like, I'm gonna go with Awa. It's fine. And then he turns around. Do you still love me, Papa? And like, it's just, man, it is like an old Yeller type satirical moment, and like, I was laughing hysterically. Like, I was trying to like not be loud. That's how hard I was laughing in this moment, because it seemed like it was so long, it was so prolonged. And while it's happening, I'm like, obviously he's not gonna fucking murder this kid right now. Like, we know that's not gonna happen. So why are we spending so much time doing this? It was so goofy, and yeah, he never says it at any other point. It was such a fucking goofy scene to me, and yeah,
So what happens when you
But-
live on Pandora?
that's true. Yeah, that's what happens on Pandora. But Spider overall, I definitely grew to like him more here. He's got a fucking braid and everything. He's like becoming a Na'vi. Of course, Kiri kind of hooks him up to the world, to Awa, and that's kind of what happens there. Like he no longer needs the breathing apparatus, and he's kind of actually like the main plot device that gets us going on this, right? Because they wouldn't have even left the water people if his mask wasn't crapping out. They had to get him back to the other people, so that wouldn't happen anymore. So a lot of the movie is kind of centered around him. And I already mentioned when the humans are trying to, reverse engineer him. But I found him to be a lot less annoying here. I still fucking hate his name. Spider, and Kiri calls him Monkey Boy, and
Monkey Boy.
it's just like at the end when she's like hooking up to Awa and like trying to get super what's the word, like just getting to Awa, like to the All Mother, and and it's like a super intense moment. The score is hitting really heavy. He hooks up, grabs her hand, and it's like super intense, and she's just like, Monkey Boy. And it's like, fuck, man, like I hate this name so much. But all that aside, I definitely like Spider a lot more. At the start of the movie, I wanted that Spider to get squashed, but I'm kind of okay that he's still around at this point in time.
Yeah, I think he holding his own in this movie really made it better for me. I think to appreciate him, because when he was on the raft, for example, the flying ship, and the fire ash people jump down, and he just pulls out his bow and he fires one arrow into the guy's throat and then throws another one into his arm. Like, fuck, this guy holds his own. He's doing pretty good fighting one of these guys.
Every time I see him pull out
And-
his little fucking butter knife, though, with these like 10-foot tall Na'vi running at him, I'm like,
What's he gonna do?
what the fuck are you gonna do? Yeah, like seriously.
There's nothing you can do. But yeah, he's just his one-liners and his bad jokes and stuff. I don't really jive with when he's like, you can, eat my ass or whatever. And he's like flipping them, giving them the bird and stuff like that. I'm just thinking, like, I'm just not jiving with this. This just feels like he's trying to embody everything with like living in this spiritual world of Pandora, and that he's just got excessively human traits. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the guy is. I'm gonna say he's very North American with how he acts and whatnot. So it's just it's too much, too flamboyant. I even like Jake Sully. He's the Marine. He's the Jarhead, and he's human, obviously, but they tone him down. He's not excessive with all of it. And I don't even know how old Spider is really. So there's that too. But I digress. I
Around
liked
20,
him
I
more.
would think.
Oh my God, that's old. Yeah, I liked him more in this movie though. I like that he definitely served more of a purpose, and I really thought that they were killing him when Jake Sully shanked the air. I thought, fuck, they just
You
did
did
our
think
boy
he was
in.
going to do it.
I did. I really, really
Okay.
did. Because I thought this is the last one of the trilogy. We're making waves here, and that's
Is this
it.
the last one of the trilogy?
Well, it depends. If this one doesn't do good, we're not getting Avatar 4. James Cameron said he's going to put it into a novelization. So
I ain't reading that book,
uh,
James.
yeah.
I'm here for the visuals, and I don't
big
unless
book.
it's a fucking good-looking graphic novel
It'd be
that
a
I can use my
tome.
3D goggles with.
Yeah, you have to read the book with 3D glasses.
Yeah.
Fuck, that would hurt. But yeah, no, I think I feel like you brought up a good point where they did not really showcase Jake Sully at the end here, and I think okay, the whole movie was really narrated by his son, right, and his son and the
Loak.
kids. Yeah, Loak, and now you have Spider in the mix here. So I kind of feel like at the end of the day, maybe they're just gonna send Jake Sully off into the sunset, and we're just gonna
Like
carry
between
forward
movies?
here. Yeah,
Really?
maybe. I think they'll be there, but I think they definitely would take a back seat and they would just kind of chill because how many more of these movies do you think they signed on for? Right? I think they're definitely feeling the
It's a
the
blood
strain.
life contract. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
they signed.
you got to
way
hold
back
your
when that first
hold
one
your
came out.
breath for 20 minutes underwater for a 2-minute scene, and
Yeah.
James Cameron's just making them bleed, to do these roles and stuff. I don't know, but
I don't know either.
I think with as far as Spider goes, there's more to his story because obviously he's alive. Humanity is very interested in him. The guy who I can't remember his name, but he's from the first movie, who's playing golf, one of the unobtainium.
Yeah.
He has an obsession with getting this kid alive, and you have, I mean, yes, humanity's forces got fucking decimated. Their factory got fucking massacred. But like that fleet was obviously much bigger than the one we saw in the last movie and way bigger than the one we saw in the first movie. So I don't know what kind of resources they have left, but there's still a story there they need to tell with them trying to get Spider. And we know in The Way of Water they were talking about colonization and moving everyone to Pandora to like live there because Earth was dying. So that's a whole nother story that I wish they touched upon a bit more in here, but they just kind of progressed it through Spider's narrative of him being able to breathe. And I thought, to be honest, that him breathing was going to be the result of them terraforming, but that caught me off guard when it's like, no, it's just because they took the seeds of the sacred tree and plucked them and just fucking shoved them down his throat and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Let's take another ad break and then we'll be right back to keep going. All right. We are back. Spider. Yeah. The colonization stuff. I mean, I don't really have much more to add on that. I don't know. It's like I guess it's a reason for the humans to be after this certain character that we're trying to keep safe and away from them. I imagine that'll just be, if and when we get that next movie, it's just going to be more of the same. I'm kind of curious how we evolve from that. Like instead of just being like, oh yeah, we're just picking up from where we were. That's where I was going to go actually is like the stuff that was introduced in Way of Water. It seems like this movie picks up right after the second one. Like
yeah,
essentially
pretty sure it does.
definitely not like less than a month, I would say, if anything. Like it seems like it's right there because the family, the Sulis are still mourning the death of their one son. The opening sequence was between Loak kind of visiting his brother in the just like the Awa realm by Linking Tales. I kind of like those moments, although I don't really care too much for those characters. Like it's just cool world building stuff of like you can kind of just visit your fallen family members. It's kind of an interesting concept, especially that everything's so attached like to the world of Pandora and like it's just like a living breathing entity. It's also just because I watched that first movie this morning. Like the idea of like all of our life energy is just borrowed, and then we just give it back to the world. I feel like that's what makes the character of like Varang, like the Saik, so interesting. Of like when she just cuts like the braid. It's just such a like the scalping is just such like an intense thing of like you could just never see your ancestors again. Like that's kind of a fate worse than death. So kind of wish that was the main villain of the movie, but it didn't really seem like that was the case. Where do you want to go next?
I mean, there's one more thing with Spider I want to bring up.
Oh, yeah, go
is
for
you know, he's also getting some local tail. You know, he's
oh man, yeah,
this
he
is
was
where
macking
everyone in the theater gasped. There was audible like oh
when they were smooching.
oh yeah, everyone in the theater was just like whoa. So there's
We don't
that.
like that. We don't like that. No interbreeding.
I was telling Madison, it's like, well, they're just, you know, they're adopted siblings. It's okay, right? She's like, no, it's not okay.
Oh, I don't really think they're siblings.
Yeah, they have
At all.
well, they're
Cousins, if anything.
adopted, right? It's like Dexter.
Well, because Kiri isn't even blood related to the Sulis, right?
Nope.
And then Spider is Quaritch's son, so definitely not blood
But
related
he calls
to the Sulis.
Jake dad.
Adopted dad. Okay, yeah, I guess I guess you're right.
It's a
Okay.
weird fucking family.
I guess you're right. I mean, those two were kind of a love dynamic, even from Way of the Water. They're just doing some close tickling. You know, who doesn't do that with their cousins? I never did that. That's weird.
Second cousins. They're second cousins.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. I was just giggling because of like the scene overall of him just smooching this 8-foot lady. He's looking half bricked up in that moment with his little fucking loincloth, not really hiding anything down there. Yeah, I imagine that'll just keep going. If we keep getting these movies, their love will just evolve. That's funny. I don't think there's any reactions like that in my theater. I was just laughing at the idea of like everyone's just fucking smashing everyone in this movie now. We're getting the Ash people, Bone and Quaritch. The scene later on when like this is when Natiri's doing like her infiltration mission, and it's just like a shot of Quaritch and like the Ash lady just like spooning in the tent, and then when he comes out afterwards after just giving her the best dick of her life because she's just knocked out in the tent, and he comes out, he's just like covered in ash, wearing his loincloth, he's like sipping drinks around the fire with the other Ash people. Just such a fucking goofy sequence. I was eating all that up. But and then yeah, you get the little smooch between Kiri. And actually, now that I'm talking about that, can we go to Kiri a little bit here? This character I didn't really love too much in the Way of Water, and I don't mind like the setup and the concept of the character of like how she was a clone made from Grace, because Grace, when she was dying, was like really connected to to Awa and just like the world in general. So like I don't mind like the miraculous conception of the character of Kiri. I don't love the idea of it being Sigourney Weaver, the voice. It's just, I like Sigourney Weaver. I don't think I minded it like the first time watching The Way of Water, but like on the rewatch, I hated that character's voice so much. It was just so jarring to me. And in this one again, it's like more of the same. So really not a fan of that decision to have that. I kind of understand why we're doing it. We got to have Sigourney Weaver sign that blood contract. We got to use her in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, not a fan of that. Made it a lot worse too, doing like the triple feature of going from Way of Water right into this. It was just like I've seen like 6+ hours of Sigourney Weaver and this little Kiri character. She did kind of have some more powers here, which was kind of cool. Like at the end, of course, she kind of does the one up on the Saik, the Ash Saik, but then also when she's like just connecting to the world and she takes over those plants that like shoot the needles and the projectiles. That was kind of cool. I was kind of hoping more of that would happen, like in that last battle. She just swam down to go converse with Awa, but I thought she was going to be like taking over, like, I don't know, Floral in the water to just like start like engulfing some ships and stuff. I could kind of see that happening if we kind of like she seems like that's kind of her skill set now. If she keeps kind of getting stronger with it, maybe she can just start controlling more things in this world because everything is so interconnected. That's a cool like concept in this world that was introduced in the first movie. How like everything, it's almost like electrical conductors. Like just everything is connecting and like just communicating that way. So I kind of liked how she was using that to her advantage. They don't really explain like they keep saying like something's very special about her and like she has these powers, and that's all that happens. And then we see her like use the powers, but we don't really get that explanation. So yeah, I don't know. It's I liked and I didn't like a lot of the stuff around with Kiri in this movie, and her voice is just weird. I think it's also like I know how old Sigourney Weaver is, and hearing her just be like dad, like trying to be this like I don't know. I guess she's close to Spider's age, so fuck, for the sake of argument, I'll say like 17, 18, 19 in that range. Sigourney Weaver's not that old.
No, you can hear it in the voice for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think her character, interesting, getting a little bit more backstory on her being a clone and whatnot. But I didn't realize that they actually kept her origin a secret until now, or they told her. I thought she already knew. So that was interesting. But
because they knew that she was born from Grace's avatar, but then they never told her who the father was. Because in Way of Water, they kind of joke around with it. It's like, oh, your father's Norm. And then she has the god-awful line of, like, I would actually kill myself if that was... And, like, you have Sigourney Weaver's voice. This is Way of Water. Again, I watched this, like, 5 hours ago, so it's fresh in the noggin. But, like, man, it's just such goofy lines there. But I kind of just assumed we knew that it was from, like, Awa to begin with. It didn't seem like it was a big shock. The biggest shock was like, I didn't know that until now. Like in the theater, just a couple hours ago, I was like, they didn't know this already. Like when you mean tell her this big secret, like I feel like she's kind of smart. She could have figured that out, but I guess not. But anyways,
yeah, her powers are growing. That's pretty cool. But I feel like there was still a lack there of execution and fulfillment on explaining exactly where she was supposed to reach with her abilities, because they're like, you can't use your abilities. It's like a firewall. You got to wait, because if you keep trying to use them, you're going to die. So you need to wait for this moment. And it's like, okay, I get it. She needs to wait for a moment. And that would have been good. Like, let's say Spider-Man 2, where it wasn't until MJ got taken that he felt like his firewall went down. He got his web back, right? So I feel like, okay, that's this case. Something needs to happen. An external force needs to put her in the situation to do it. Instead, no, she just sees fucking ash people just nuking all of her family and friends, and so she just jumps in the water, goes back underwater, and does the same thing. Just sinks up and is gonna get fucking stroked out underwater and die until her family comes and like, pulls her. Yeah, that's right. So I didn't like that, because I feel like they set her up for needing to overcome something when it presents itself to her, but she just kept doing what she did to overcome it. So
yeah, she would have just died in that water. Yeah.
That's right.
But the power of friendship and family.
Yeah. I guess we'll see, hopefully, in Avatar 4 more of what's going on with her character, because she still plays a very important role, because she had that moment with the Kate Winslet Sahik, where Kate Winslet just kind of like really opened up to her and was like, who are you?
Kate Winslet.
I know. Where she's like, where'd you come from? Or like, why are you here? Yeah, something like that.
I'm here to pray.
No, why are you here?
That was really weird.
Yeah, exactly. So they all seem to know that there's some deep connection here, and obviously, like we spoke to earlier, Awa planted a seed in there instead of bringing Grace back. So,
yeah, no, really good points. I kind of forgot about that scene between her and Kate Winslet character. It's just
who does die.
It was so weird. It was so pregnant lady gets fucking just shot up.
Yeah,
terrible idea to have this lady. Like, man, like if you're the king in this situation, are you letting Madison, as pregnant as she is right now, mount up on the
first run?
On the steed, she's just going, and like no wingman or anything. She's just doing her solo missions underwater. I'm gonna
put one of my sons with her too. And they're gonna face off.
Oh, who just fucking dies because those
Oh, yeah.
characters are just completely unneeded now, which was kind of hilarious. But yeah, I was because before they even go out to battle, it was actually in that scene. Kiri's like, "You're having contractions," and then she just kind of sucks it up and goes into battle. It's like, man, this is such a fucking bad idea. I kind of thought she had plot armor because she was pregnant, so I guess kudos to them for, going through that, and then they just shot her up. Because when she got shot, I was like, are they literally just not gonna let this baby be born? Like they're actually just gonna kill this mother and the unborn child here. That was pretty dark. But then you have the nice moment between Neytiri and her. Neytiri helps birth, which I kind of like that dynamic between those two characters. They were like always just at each other's throat throughout the whole movie. And then like even this moment she's like dying out, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna die, but after I get this baby out, she's like, well, fucking push, and she's just like covering for her. So I actually, I feel like that was like a joke that was supposed to hit that I actually laughed at, which was one of the few and rare ones. But I kind of like their dynamic, how they're at each other's throats, but then like she would still be patching up Natiri when she got fucked up in her shoulder. Like I
Your
did
plants
kinda
don't
like
do
that
jack
dynamic.
shit. Just crapping
Yeah.
all over her
Yeah.
her medicine.
You don't fucking rest, and you blame my fucking medicine. Like they just were so angry at each other throughout the whole movie, which is pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I thought their dynamic was really good. And again, this kind of goes hand in hand with the Saik from the Ash people. I think every female counterpart that was out there, Natiri just kind of clashed heads with on different levels. And I like that. I think it was really good. And I like Natiri a lot. She's got good comedic timing when she's not trying to be. Like when she lands in the base and she's rescuing Jake and Spider, and Sully's like, I don't have to kiss you or yell at you right now, and she's like, you waste time. And like she just growls. Or even when she's like walking, along the in cat, like has the face paint on, and the guards like, oh hey sweet cakes.
Oh my god.
And then she's like, and then just keeps walking. It's like, what's going on here? But I like how she acts and she responds.
What the fuck are we doing here? You have these fucking jarheads like, hey, look at this hot piece of ass coming through this 8-foot
Yeah.
tall fucking blue alien lady. It's like, oh, I know she wants to smash me. And it's just like, bro, what are we doing here? Like this dialogue is so fucking bottom barrel. But no, that was a big highlight for me because in Way of Water, she took a major back seat. Like she was really not doing anything in that movie. Like I think in the main battle, she probably pops off a little bit with her bow and arrow. Like I just watched that movie and now it's all blended together. I can't really remember. But in this movie, like she's mourning her son. So in the beginning, like she's really sad. She doesn't have her bow. She kind of pops off a little bit in that main fight, but then she gets jacked up her shoulder. So she's kind of on the mend. But then, yeah, like she's just almost back to herself from the first movie when she's truly popping off. And I love that sequence when she's like in just solo mission going undercover taking out the base. I kind of wish she wasn't so like I get it, she's there to get Jake, and then she raids the camp. She gets the Ash Saik lady like at the knife blade ready. I think in all reality she probably should have just fucking slit her throat or scalped her right there. Like where's Jake? Jake's being, and then just fucking do it right then and there. It's like, no, you're gonna take me there. Like really? Come on, that's kind of stupid. Why do you even need her to take you there? Like, just go fly around on your thing. You have the IFF chip. You're totally fine. Kind of stupid. Again, I guess plot armor for the Ash lady so that we can carry on her story maybe for next film because she's carrying Korach's seed. I love that you said that because now I'm just fully bought into that theory.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
But like, I kind of wish she went there. Okay, where's Jake? Perfect. Slits her throat, and then she just goes around with the fucking frag arrows and just popping off on all the refineries. Like, that's perfect. That's all you really have to do. For some reason, this base has 0 fucking anti-air missiles at all. They mentioned that they kind of do a little bit, but then they all have the IFF chips, so then we're just not going to use them. Because when she gets Jake Sully and Spider and they just fly away, like really? Like they just, I guess she still has the chip at that point, so the anti-aircraft missiles are just fucking useless, but like whatever. I kind of wish she was just going around the base and just popping off and just actually like crippling the base, like destroying like 80% of like the refineries and everything. Like I just think that would have been, plus like eye candy. Like the sequence looked awesome of her flying around with like the blood paint and everything, and then hiding from like the people looking for her, like underneath, like when her and her little raptor thing are like just in the water. It was awesome. It was like a little covert, just pop off Black Ops mission. Like it was really sick. So it was nice to get that coming from Way of Water, which she was severely nerfed. She really wasn't used at all in that movie.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
She got her bow back too. Her
She got
father's
her bow back. Yeah, father's bow. I really liked her in this movie a lot. It was great, and I agree. I think she should have had a little bit more of a night spec ops run in that base. It is weird that they don't have any kind of proper air support or air turrets. I mean, they got the drones flying around of the aircraft, but like when you look at what that first base had in Avatar 1, they had like huge fucking mat cannons on their perimeter fence. Like nothing was penetrating into that airspace, right? So
Yeah.
it just seems very simple here. Like, and again too, you got to be careful because the Ash people were chasing her, but they were doing a lot of damage too, and they're firing their RPGs and blowing up all the like local infrastructure and all that shit. So
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. It seemed like they had them ready. Like, okay, we got a bunch of bogeys coming in. Oh no, they have the ship or the chips, so don't shoot. They're with Quaritch. Okay, whatever. And then it was as if they like decommissioned every single anti-air missile from that point on. Like they just didn't use them at all. Since we're at the base, actually, one of the goofiest fucking sequences of the entire movie for me is Jake Sully's captured, and it's literally like you see Tom Cruise downtown Kelowna, and everyone has their phone out, and they're just live streaming this fucking Jake Sully thing. And I swear to God, dude, every single time that they went to Jake Sully, there's just a crowd of people recording him. And like I literally just turned to Hidalgo to my right, and I'm like, who are they live streaming to? Like in this moment, like they literally just look like NPC characters where all they're doing is recording this event right in front of them. They're doing absolutely nothing else. They're just standing there day and night recording Jake Sully in this fucking box. There's people taking selfies. It's probably just, commentary on like today, like that's what people do in today's day and age. But it's just like, on Pandora, really? Do we fucking care that much? Like, okay, Jake Sully is in town square. I think the janitor has to go fucking clean up the shitters. Like, instead he's out here and just filming this. It was just so stupid and ridiculous. And like we went back to them like 3 or 4 times of just the crowd reaction, and they're just recording. And Spider escapes, and then he's just in the crowd, and nobody fucking notices because everybody's just live streaming Jake Sully. Like, that was the most NPC type behavior I'd ever seen from characters in this movie. So stupid. It was so ridiculous. I couldn't get past it.
yeah, no, yeah, I agree. It's it's frustrating, and it's something that I definitely was kind of shaking my head at too. But I mean, it's not the end of the world, I guess, and it's something that I'm just gonna. It's not gonna detract from the experience for me, but it definitely was just kind of annoying.
It's like, why? Like, why?
Yeah.
Like it's so stupid. What else was going on in that base? We had, they're doing their test on Spider. We kind of already talked about,
which is
that
very
stuff.
brutal when they're shoving the cords down his throat and everything.
Oh yeah, it was like some Clockwork Orange type moments too. We
Yeah.
actually had that in Way of Water too when they capture him, and there's just like they're torturing this poor fucker. And then Buddy brings him the burger, gives him the tag. I kind of like that, how it seems like he's getting through to him. There's just some like super half baked like, oh yeah, your mother was really awesome. Who is a nothing character that we've never talked about before, and then here it's just like, yeah, she was a good soldier. She died. She was very honorable. Like she died on that dropship.
She was in that battle in the first movie, which that's news to us.
Yeah, but like they didn't name her or anything. Like she's just a completely unknown character who Korra's just smashed and passed. And I guess she had a baby at some point in time. But it was just weird because it seemed like it was working at first, because like he's literally like in tears when he's like telling him this backstory, and it's like, oh, can I keep the dog tags? Which is also kind of counter, because I feel like this Quaritch didn't fucking care at all about his previous self. Like he crushes his own skull in Way of Water. He like gets the tags and he's not interested in it at all. Like Buddy just takes it for him. Whereas here he's like, yeah, I'm your father. This is me. I'm that same guy. And it just seems so like we've already done this, and you were super against it. Like it was just weird. But I did like how he took the tag, thinking that like I want to have it to remember him, but then he used it as a key to get out. So again, that kind of boosted up Spider's stock for me a little bit. It's like okay, he's clever, clever little girl, or clever little monkey boy.
Madison called it. She nudges me. She's like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna use that to like screw the vents
Damn,
or something."
she's a
like
clever
that.
girl.
She's
I
a
did
clever
the
girl.
way over my head. I'm just like, okay, yeah, I guess Spider's just fully loyal to these humans now. Like that's where we're going with this writing. It's just so inconsistent, but
Yeah.
I digress. The marine biologist guy who was introduced in Way of Water has a little pop off moment in here. I thought he was getting marked as
Oh, I
soon as
thought
he was
so,
running with
too.
Jake Sully. I'm kind of glad he just
He's
just
not
got
arrested.
out of there.
He's still around, so
Yeah, he's not arrested, and like I don't think anyone really saw it was him that did it. So like really he could have just blended in with the crowd and then went on his day. He had his little hero moment to save Jake Sully there. So kudos to him.
and that's where I wish that that's one of the plots where this character appears, he helps the main narrative, and then he just ups and disappears. It would have been nice to get some kind of scene with him at the end, but I'm assuming come Avatar 4, that's when this character comes back in, and he'll probably be like an eyes on base kind of character.
Like a Max, like Max's role
Exactly.
in the first movie.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was introduced in Way of Water. He was working with the fucking whale poacher guy. Let's just go there, I guess. Who, like, he had a robot arm in this one. I don't know how the fuck he survived the Way of
He
Water
shouldn't have.
incident. Because do you remember he has like that cable on his arm
Oh, yeah.
snaps off, so his arm goes flying, and then he goes flying into the water, and then we just come here and he's just totally fine. He's the same piece of shit, just poacher
I have
guy.
so much PTSD.
That was a holy shit moment. Like, like I gasped when that happened in the theater because it was just so visceral of a visual to see that. But anyways, yeah, he was back and he's just here to fucking mine some whales and just get billions of dollars. Like, man, we did this in the last movie. We had an extended, disturbing scene of them just like hunting down these whale things, and then we're doing that again. And it seems like that's a major reason why these humans are even here in the first place. Like Quaritch's mission is to hunt down Sully, but then every other military person is here to get the fucking whale juice. And like, it just, yeah, I was so annoyed by this. It kind of ties in with like the Loak stuff too, and just like it seemed like we're just like, okay, this is part 2 of the Way of Water plot, but then also we're telling our Fire and Ash storyline between Quaritch is still hunting down Sully, so that's like the main story sort of, but then also over here we have Loak who's just going on a side quest to go commune with his brother, like the outcast, and then you also have the humans coming in to just mine these whales, which we get another scene of him just like hunting down this whale and then sucking out the juice. The I can't even remember what they called it.
It's like elixir of life stuff. It
Yeah,
increases human
essentially.
life.
Yeah, essentially. It's probably just, it's like when people hunt rhinos for dick pills. It's probably the same shit.
Is that a thing? Fuck.
Yeah, dude. Super rich people, they poach rhino horns, and then they think that it'll enlarge their wieners.
Oh my
that's what
god.
billionaires and rich people do. Yeah, man.
Jesus.
It's just that bad. But where was I going? Oh yeah, it was just such a mixture of different little plot things coming together, and I was so not interested in that whale storyline from Way of Water, and then just have it here and it be like really this big emphasis. Like, I just hated it. I don't know. I hated Loak going out on his own.
You didn't like the blind whale? Like, I'm blind and I will take my revenge, or whatever
Yeah.
he's talking about.
I didn't. Didn't love that. I didn't love like when they're having the council. It's like, you will not speak here. You're an outsider. You're not allowed to speak here. Because again, this is just Way of Water stuff that we're just picking up here in this movie. And then the Turuk Maktau is back. He's assembling all the clans. They're having this another council. Loak shows up. They're like, you can't be here again. Well, no, I must speak. It's like, okay, you're allowed to speak. And then he speaks. And then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Like, it's just, why the fuck are we doing this? Seriously. Like we could have cut an hour off this movie if we didn't do this, or we could have spent that with the Ash people and like actually doing new interesting stuff that wasn't just picking up from the last movie. So that was another thing that was just really, really, really bugging me down. I think that's a major reason that would like be my cons for this movie is just like, man, just know that that storyline is just dead and we don't care about that anymore. Like, if the next movie comes out and we have more of these fucking whales getting mined, like, I don't give a shit about that at all. Let's go somewhere else with this. I was, yeah, super annoyed by that. And
Well-
like, it just, and actually, before you go with that too, that was another thing that I was just getting pissed off with Jake Sully about because, in the first movie, he goes through like major growth of a character, right? Like, he's one with the people. Next movie, Way of Water, the father protects. That's his whole goal. He fucking hates Loak. Loak never listens. He's always fucking shit up. Gets his brother killed. And then I feel like in that moment, Jake Sully's like, oh, it's probably not my son's fault. Like, I probably shouldn't blame him in this. But then we just fucking scratch that because in this movie, again, he's like, your brother would still be around if you just fucking listen. You're such a terrible son. And then, like, Natiri's talking to him, and he's like, I have nothing to talk to him about. And I'm like, this is such a fucking jarhead, stupid Jake Sully move. And that's where I think, like, Jake Sully just peaked in that first movie because he just, like, digressed. Is that the right word? Regressed, I guess, on his just growth of a character. It just, man.
He's trying to
like,
pitch to Quaritch too earlier on, like, you have new eyes, but you haven't opened them. You got to connect with something bigger than yourself in this world. And it's like, this is before he tries to slit Spider's throat and then tries to, let his son kill himself. Like, Jesus Christ.
And like, man, his son is like, what, 13, 14, 15, let's say, maybe 16 at most. And he's like actually putting the blame on his like probably favorite son's death on this poor kid. And like, he's just letting him fuck off. Like, I have nothing to talk to him about. He doesn't
There's the
fucking listen
gun.
to me. Like,
Go take it, son.
yeah.
Jesus.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like a near suicide. And like, Jake Sully wouldn't have even fucking cared. Like, seriously. Like, okay, maybe we would have had a scene and he would have cared, but like, his behavior is just so ass backwards. And it was just so frustrating because it just feels like he goes through such an evolution from that first movie. But then second movie, he's a Marine. And there's literally a line in here again where he's like, I'm a Marine. That's what I'll always be. Like, I'm a human. But the whole first movie is literally him going from that to a full-on Na'vi, like
That's right.
fully one with the people. And then no, he's just fucking Jarhead Clan. Like when we have scenes like that, like, how am I supposed to believe that this guy is the fucking Lizan Al Gaib? Like, he's their Turok Maktal. He is the chosen one. Like, he fucking hates his son and lets his son almost go commit suicide because he's such a piece of shit father. Like, that was so frustrating for me. I'm sorry. I knew you were going to go somewhere a little bit earlier, but I just had to get that off my chest because I was just so upset with Jake Sully on that. And he's going to be around for 9 movies, and he's probably going to be doing the same fucking thing because this guy never learns, and he peaked in that first movie.
Yeah. I don't remember where I was going to go.
Yeah, I'm
actually.
sorry. We
No, it's
were
okay.
talking about with like
the
Loak
whales.
and the whales and
Yeah, I think it was the whales. The whales. I didn't necessarily need that on repeat again here. I feel like we got a couple scenes where they're pouring the golden juice in the vial and they're like close up of their faces. They're like salivating and nodding their heads like, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, we're touching on this again. Okay, this is what they're after. But yeah, no, it wasn't something that I really was looking for. And granted, like that first Avatar movie, you get usually that one big sentimental emotional scene, and that first one was when the home tree got destroyed, and you're just thinking, oh wow, humans suck, these bastards, betray our race. And then in the second one, Way of Water, it's when you get that calm, quiet scene of them hunting the whales and they kill them and you see the baby die and everything. It's like, oh wow, humans just fucking suck, oh my God. And I was waiting for that in this one, but we didn't really get it. And I was kind of hoping, not that I hope to feel like a piece of shit, but I like seeing that big ultimate scene in Avatar where you get to see your antagonist make a play like that kind of just really sets the tone. And I don't think we really got that because it was just a quick fire whale hunt like we saw before.
Yeah.
So
no, yeah, because I feel like we did have some of those moments, but they were just like lesser versions of what we got in Way of Water. Because Way of Water, there's the extended whale hunt scene. You get a really quick one here, and then you get them just torturing more. Like they're just torching more villages, right? Like where is? Actually, I just got reminded when they're looking for Spider, and the same thing. Like Quaritch with the Ash people, they like has the monitor. It's like Spider, where is he? They're like showing a photo of Spider. It just was so goofy. But yeah, so I see what you're saying. It wasn't really anything different from what we got from Wave Water, just a lesser version of that.
Yeah.
To emphasize, humanity fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's right. That's all I got for whales.
Yeah, let the whales be gone. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on Jake Sully. Like he gets the Turok Makto again at the very start of the movie. I can't remember who he's talking to. Maybe it's Natiri. They're like, "Oh yeah, like you're Turok Makto," and he's like,
"No."
He's like, "That's not me anymore. I'm never gonna be that again." And like this is probably less than 20 minutes in. I turn over to my right. I'm like, "That's fucking bullshit. I guarantee you, in this movie, he's gonna be Turok Makto again." And then, sure enough, end of the movie, he goes up to his cave. "Hey, old buddy, let's ride again." And okay, you get your cool scene. It's like a slow-mo scene of him and Natiri like all war painted up. It's just a repeat of the first movie though here, right? Like when he gets Turok Makto, okay, now go to all the other clans, assemble them, tell them that Turok Makto wants them. He's literally like word for word the exact same thing
score
he says.
Kicks in too.
Same score. He's wearing the exact same like war paint on. They have like the exact same gear. It was just okay. Let's do this again. And guess what? The worst part is I fucking ate it up again. That fight scene when they're ambushing up. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. This is awesome.
You know why you like it? It's because it feels like an RTS game when you're mobilizing
really does,
units
actually.
and you're popping units out and deploying.
When you're like 25 minutes into your RTS match where it's like, hey, I finally am in like the last stage. I've got like the top tier units, everything's upgraded, and I'm just surrounding my enemies here. The ambush sequence goes off. So yeah, that's definitely an accurate observation, I'd say.
The thing with Jake Sully here is Turok Makto. I will say his beast that he was riding, I feel like it was much smaller than its size in the first movie.
I agree, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
I completely
just say
agree.
that because like in the first movie when they're all at the Tree of Souls and like he lands, I feel like it looks fucking huge. And I get it
It's
has
like
the
a
wings
giant
out, but
dragon.
like it is, it's massive. And in here when he lands, it's like this thing just looks super tiny, much smaller. So maybe just with age he shrinks down. I don't know, but I will say too, he was pulling in weak numbers. Go to the near clans nearby and bring everyone in. Like fucking weak fucking numbers. Because when you look at what he had in that first movie, I think Quaritch said that there was over 20,000. Like, where are those fucking numbers at?
Yeah, no, it was
here.
few and far between for sure. All right, we're gonna take we'll probably be our last ad break, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. Yeah, the big action scene. I don't really have anything else to like single out in that sequence. Yeah, no, it was. I think we kind of touched upon the little individual things. The whales, come in and pop off. They do their big breach.
Their oath.
Which is such a fucking
law.
stupid rule to me, honestly. It's like, killing will bring more bloodshed. Well, like, don't they already kill things? Because they kill, like, those creatures. Like, when Loak... Well,
fuck these squids, let's kill them.
Yeah, they fuck them up. And, like, they say, like, only the outsider is the one that does that. But all these things were fucking them up. Stupid reasoning, absolutely stupid reasoning, and like it's only going to cause more bloodshed. Well, these guys are here to genocide you, so maybe kill those guys and then you can be peaceful. Like, it was just stupid reasoning. And again, it's all tied into the stupid fucking whales and their plot. And like, we just spent so long on like, where do we go to war? It's like we're doing, I don't want to compare it to it because Lord of the Rings is amazing and I like that version so much more, but it's like the Ents doing their Ent moot. Will we go to war? Will we not? And like, it fits that story, but here we're doing some action, and then we just cut to these whales again, and it's just like, fuck these whales, man. I don't know. I'm done with them. I'm done with them. Let them be gone. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna go to the other, just emphasize the other action scene at kind of the beginning with the sails and everything. Just like the creature design was really cool. Like, you got these like big blimp things. These like alien
manta ray things.
Yeah, manta rays. Essentially, that's what they look like. Just really cool visuals. It was a really, really cool sequence. I really like the air raid coming in with their smoke trail, like the ash people. Just a really cool sequence that I was really eating up.
Yeah, and on top of that, when the Sahik flying with her companion there, the ash people, and the one ash guy like gets his little lighter and he's like, "I am the fire," and then she shoots him and he just fucking bursts into napalm.
Dude, he's
and
a war
crashes.
boy.
Oh, he is a war boy. Yeah. That caught me off guard. I fucking gasped, man. Holy shit.
I was so confused as to what the motivation was because he holds up his thing like, should I do this? Should I go? And she just fucking lights him up, and then he just goes right into the blimp. I was laughing because it was just making me think of fucking Nicholas
Mediocre.
Hoult. They got the chrome spray in their mouth. Witness. Same sort of energy, which I absolutely love.
But yeah, that was really awesome. I like when Jake Sully was on top and he was shooting at them, and then he had to jump off, and he's just like sliding down, and it's just intense, and everyone gets divided here, and Neytiri gets shot in the shoulder, and then she falls down, and yeah, just really, really crazy sequence. But I really, really liked it, and again, I feel like not all the ships were destroyed, so some of them got away. It would have been cool to kind of see them maybe circle back. One thing to note too is those Na'vi that were operating the ships, like the scallywag types, they were very well, they were well off, well educated. They're very different from any Na'vi we've seen before. All the other ones are very, they're very tribal, oriented, village oriented, and these ones are like they
seem more modern,
very much more modern. Yeah, it was crazy,
and like very. I feel like when we see other tribes, they're like super like. What's the word I'm looking for? Like our way is our way. We don't really want to bring out like outsiders in, but like these other ones were totally social. Like they were totally fine with taking Spider, and like they weren't really thrown off that like Spider was there. Like they just seemed like like you said, like just more, just more modern. Which like we're with
using,
them for like 10 minutes. So
head
I kind of would have
open the full sail. It's like, what the fuck? How do they know all these terms?
Yeah, no, I liked all that. What else? What was I gonna say? Oh, the whale poacher guy. Last thing I'll say on this guy, his like right hand man, in the last sequence. I swear to God, he's like the B-rate Rock. He looked just like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but just like B version. He had like the same tattoos, pretty jacked dude, bald. And we went to him like multiple times, and I'm just like, is this guy supposed to be Dwayne Johnson? Like that's literally what they're going for here. It was
big
weird.
Shark tooth necklace or whale tooth, I guess.
Yeah, like the Moana, Maui, like shark tooth thing.
Did get a Moana 2 trailer or Moana 1 live action trailer at our screening?
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't?
I got Odyssey.
I didn't get Odyssey.
Avengers.
Got Avengers.
Maybe I went in late actually because I walked in when the Anaconda trailer was going on.
Didn't get Anaconda. We got Mandalorian, and then they added that.
And I got Mandalorian. Yeah.
Did you? And you saw the extra like fight sequence they threw in at the end of the trailer?
Yeah, that was the first trailer I had seen.
It was
like,
the first trailer, yeah. And
Okay.
I think because they added that him fighting the aliens at the end is like I think that was extra footage
saw that
came after. Yeah.
Okay. No, it was the first time I'd seen any of those trailers actually. Odyssey, Avengers, which I kind of just chuckled at. It's just me and Hidalgo were kind of laughing at that. It's just like, remember those characters from the last good Avengers movie that you guys love? Well, they're back.
Well, people
come see our
gasped.
movie.
People gasped when they saw that reveal. I heard someone drop a "No way!" Like
that's funny.
It got people.
I wish I could be like that, I love covering all these things. Obviously, doing the podcast is fun, but like I kind of miss that. Like first time I see a trailer's in the theater and like, oh my God, he's back! Like they're doing another one with him. That's crazy. And then the big countdown that happened. It was like 1 year.
That was nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And dude, the Odyssey. Holy fuck, I'm excited for that movie.
Didn't get a trailer, but I'm excited for you.
July,
myself.
I believe, release for that.
All right, circling back to the whaler here.
We don't have to unless you have something to say on the whaler.
Oh, did you have any more on the whaler?
Just the Michael B. Not Michael B.
Just his friend, his buddy.
The B-Rock. Yeah, that guy.
Well, that's fair. I liked it when their whole fleet gets fucking decimated. He's like, all right, we got a job to do. Let's go. Yeah, and B-rate Discount John Johnson is just like, what? Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's $100 billion in that code.
Which
so fucking stupid, man.
when the ship, their main capital ship gets destroyed, I guess the general stays on board because she's like, evacuate the ship because it's getting sucked up into the like helium vortex thing. But then it cuts to the bridge and it shows her like doing a dolphin dive and fucking explodes. So she just died for no reason.
But like, there's like a scene too, like, yeah, 'cause she says like abandoned ship, and then everybody scatters. But the next scene is like them all just back on. It was like that scene was like filmed out of order or something. It was really
I
weird.
think that.
But then it goes to like a shot of her, and she like turns around, and her face, dude, it's like Marvin Harry level, like whole like it is such a goofy reaction. I laugh so hard, and that general character I'm not a fan of at all. I will not miss her. Way of Water, she was annoying. Here, less so, I guess, because she has less scenes, but like still, she was just so annoying. Not a fan of that character at all. And she has no power at all. Like she's like bossing around like the CEO guy, but then like Quaritch just does whatever the fuck he wants. Like he's just he's like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna do my plan, and like nothing really happens. Weird.
Well, that's a repeat of the first movie because that CEO guy, he comes in, which alludes to, do I need to talk to the chairman? It's like, okay, who's this big baddie that's kind of pulling the strings and organizing everything here? I'm curious about that. But he comes in and just like in the first movie, he's trying to, establish the order of things, and this is how it goes, shareholders, whatever, and money. But then it's always the military. In the first one, Quaritch takes control from him and just leads a whole military war. And then in this one, it's the same thing. The military general is like, I'll have you in cuffs. And he's like, "Wah, da, 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 da," and they drag him away. Because he's like, you can't kill Spider, da, 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 like all this shit, right? So the military just keeps taking control in these movies, and they keep getting fucking annihilated.
Yeah.
That's my rant.
It's a fair rant. I mean, I don't really have notes. I'm going off the top of my head, but I've been kind of just looking at the poster and going at like in order of all the characters, kind of hitting my main points. And I feel like we've kind of covered all of them. Loak, we didn't really talk about him a lot, but like I didn't really care.
I thought he
about
was
this
going to kill
character too
himself.
much.
I thought he was going to pull that trigger and do himself in. I really did.
It's pretty fucked up too, because like he almost did it, and then like 3 seconds later his girlfriend and his sister come around. So like they literally would have just found him, brains blown out on the beach. Like that's how they would have found him. That's pretty fucking dark.
His
And
sister
then
would have
Jake
done some
Sully
magic, healed him or something.
did like the moan thing when she's saving Spider. Like that scene went on way too long, man. That was so weird. It's like, it's one thing to have like a couple, but like I swear that scene like went from them to another scene and then back to them, and she's still just doing her moans,
And they were
like
passed
freaking
out. It means that she was doing it at least for like an hour.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it is very bizarre, very bizarre.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting tired, but I really don't have much more to say on this movie. What about you?
I don't really have much else.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Actually, I'm gonna double emphasize this because I've been railing on it. Best fucking visuals I think I've seen on a live action movie. It is that stellar. Highly recommend in 3D. I like.
On par
I
with
like-
2, considering they were done back to back?
Say it again.
On par with 2's visuals, considering that they were filmed back to
Well,
back?
like I rewatched it obviously at home, not in 3D, so like it didn't look as good as what the theater experience would have been. And I was trying to remember like if the second movie looked that good. I'm sure it looked better than the first movie, maybe less so than this one, just because, time, I guess. But they probably were on par. But like just multiple times while I was watching it, I'm just like, I don't understand how it's so smooth looking. Like when I go to movies, it's not that smooth. Like sometimes you get like the FPS weird, like it just looks a little bit laggy, but like not like it looks so smooth and so clean. And with 3D, it's always like, oh, I just get nauseous watching a 3D movie. But like it looked so good. So I'll tip
They
my
used a
hat
lot
to
of
you,
water.
James Cameron.
Use a lot of
Yeah.
water to make this
Dude.
movie.
The water looked gorgeous. Everything looked so good, and there's so much, like, remember the great movie Morbius? There's so many moments in that, or even like the first Venom movie. There's so many moments where it's like a cement truck of just you can't see anything that's going on. There's just CGI characters rolling around, and multiple times in this movie, there's action scenes with like tens of thousands of moving parts, whether it's the ships, whether it's the whales, whether it's the flyers on the water, maybe it's the flyers under the water, maybe it's the flyers in the air. There's so much stuff going on, and I can still like discern everything that's going on. I'm not gonna say I know who's on which team because there's a lot of different Navi looking motherfuckers out there, but like to just have all of those moving pieces and not be like I have no idea what's going on. Come on, like even if you hate the script, you have to at least appreciate the visuals. I think of that, and if you can't, I feel like you're just kind of lying to yourself there. A little minor shot there, Dylan Musk maybe, but I really appreciate the visual of this movie, and I expect more of the same if we get that next one. Which I haven't checked like predictions for the box office or like what's it called, like what's it called when it's
Projections?
projections. Thank you. Like I haven't looked at any of that, but judging by my theater and like the fact that this is Avatar, I feel like this is just going to be a big moneymaker. Yeah, I don't know.
I think
I'm
you
running
said
out of
that
words.
Spot on. No, you said that spot on. The visuals are unmatched, especially in a day and age where CGI is very questionable and you run into a lot of very bad scenes. Like I would love to get back to that era of 2000, early 2000s, 2005 CGI, like Davy Jones and just all the other movies that were popping off then that just looked so damn good. Like they just knew what they were doing back then, and now there's just so
This
much
looks better
shit
than
that's
that.
bad. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So I just think that we're on the right track, and if you're going to do movies that explore fantastical things like this, you got to have, CGI that is at least this. I know it's expensive technology, but don't make it shitty. At least have it somewhat in that same category of what Avatar produces. And I'm not saying you need the high expensive cameras underwater and all that crazy shit, but just kind of match it, because Avatar creates a beautiful world. When I see the grass and the water and everything, I just want to lay in that water and just fucking drink the whole ocean. It just looks like it would just give me eternal youth, and just roll around in the grass and just climb the trees. Like, oh, it just looks fantastic. So they definitely do a fantastic job bringing the world to life. And you're right, all the moving parts, whether it's them walking at nighttime and then they start to glow, or them walking through the swamp and the swamp water's glowing, or you're in Gorge's interrogation room with Spider and he's just talking there, and then his tail is like moving in the background doing his own thing. It's just, there's so many little subtleties that they throw in there which makes it worthwhile to watch, not just like a second time but a third time or a fourth time, because you're going to see things that you miss. And I still see things in that first movie and that second movie that I miss when I rewatch them. So I think that adds a lot more rewatchability.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think number wise? I kind of didn't think about this till now, so
I wish I knew what
I'm
I
gonna
gave the
judge
second
it.
one.
I'm sorry?
I wish I knew what I gave the second one. Do you know what you gave
Me
the second
too,
one?
actually. I don't. I kind of meant to pop up the review to listen to it, because it's interesting, because first movie I still really love. Second movie, I think just because it had been so much time from that first movie to seeing an Avatar in theaters, and like the visual jump was just so spectacular. I was kind of just blown away by that, which I still am in this movie. Don't get me wrong. But I think I'm just giving it less of a pass on like some of the writing stuff, because I was just so blown away visually from that second one. And then also today looking through all of them and then just kind of see where we falter. I still have this movie higher than the second movie. Just because we spent a lot of time, like there's no Natiri really in that second, like she's there but not really doing anything, and we spent a lot of time with like the kids and stuff, which I just don't really care too much about, unfortunately. This movie, I like stuff that's introduced, but like so much wasted potential really brings it down for me, but I would still put it above Way of Water. So all of that being said, I think I would give Way of Water, I'm bringing this up just to have a comparison, I guess, but I think that would be maybe more in the 6 range, and this I would have like, I think I'm going to put it a clean 7, just a 7 out of 10. I think that's a fine spot to put it now, because I maybe at most it would be like a 7.25, but I'm going to keep it at a 7 right now, just because I was really frustrated with Jake Sully, really frustrated with the lack thereof Ash people, visuals obviously being like the biggest positive of this movie for me, and all of the goofy moments that are like you can just say is terrible writing. I had fun with. I appreciated. I love that Quaritch was smashing this Ash lady. That's hilarious.
It fits his character.
Yeah, Jake Sully almost murdering Spider. Like that was such a funny scene to watch. So yeah, overall scope of the movie, like the movie quality, brings it down, but like enjoyment wise, brings it up. Honestly, in my mind. Um, so I think I'm okay with that there. Fuck the whales. The whales would be like the biggest hit for why I don't go above a 7. I think. And honestly, it could maybe sink a little bit lower than that, but I'm pretty okay with leaving it at the 7 there because the visuals are just that good, and I like it's like a 3.5 hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of fun with this. Like it was a fun movie going experience for me, and I would recommend it to people that are not super deterred by what the story is, because there is those people out there that just they fucking hate the Na'vi. They hate the blue people. And I get that. They hate the script of what these movies are. It's totally okay. I wouldn't recommend the movie to those people because it's still that and it's a long movie. I do get that, but man, visually for a great movie going experience, it was I had a fun time with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well said. I couldn't remember what my Way of Water rating was, but I checked my letterbox and I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So I
For
feel
Way of
like in
Water?
retrospect, Way of Water. I feel like I gave
Oh,
that a little too high of a rating now after seeing this, and I feel like I would change things a bit because this was definitely above Way of Water, but this is not a 10 out of 10 movie. So I need to go in. I need to alter the dynamic there a little bit.
that's fair.
I know that first one is a 10 out of 10 for me. I would love that first one. So I'm going to say that this one is going to be tentatively, I'm going to say an 8.5 out of 10. I
Okay.
want to go 9, but I think there's just a lot of things that they didn't capitalize on that worked for me. And I'm going to have to, like I said, bring down my Way of Water score a little bit just to be under 8.5. Maybe I'll just say it's at an 8. But yeah, I think this movie, it had strong moments. It had things I really liked. I'm glad that we got certain characters to be brought back into the limelight again. That was fantastic. But at its core, other characters got shafted. Other moments that I wanted to see didn't happen. And I feel like we didn't get a lot of exposition on certain things and themes that they established in this movie that is just new to us, because we're visiting Pandora, and every time you visit Pandora you get something new and exciting, and we need a little bit of context for that, not just a quick little one sentence while you're hopped up on flute drugs in a tent. But it is what
Strong
it is.
shit.
Some strong shit. Another thing that I like too with the Jarheads is when they're like, "Smile, bitches," and Quartz like, "What do you got here?" He's like, "Well, a guy from imaging. I promised him a case of beer if you let me look at this one." And just seeing the Navi talk like this is it just cracks me up. I love the Call of Duty Navi. But yeah, I feel good about that review. I feel good about that rating, and I do think, this is definitely worth it to see in theaters. Like we already talked about, it was a good time. The visuals are unbelievable. I've not seen anything like really match with this. I wish that Jurassic World could come close to visuals like this. I think it's a sin that Jurassic World doesn't. I mean, the only way Jurassic World could beat this is if they were to go back to practical effects and just get some of that 1993 CGI from the original Jurassic Park, sprinkle that in there. But no, we're just going full CGI ahead, but not the same CGI that they used in Avatar, and it's noticeable. But I digress. So yeah, that's I think that does it for me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finished our Avatar Fire and Ash spoilers review. Let us know what you thought of this. Go join the Discord. Link will be in the description, all that jazz, and Patreon. Until next time, we'll see you there. We won't be in Kansas. We'll be on Pandora. Bye.
Bye-bye.